There's really no one like Angela.
Her energy level is just unbelievable.
Angela is a force of nature.
She's a leader, she's a motivator, she has great integrity, she has knowledge, she has experience, so people want to work with her.
She's just an amazing person who has just the great skill of being able to bring people together around a common goal.
Angela's had an amazing career as a broadcast journalist, both in Washington, D.C. and also in Atlanta.
Well, you know, the highlights of the career is every day that you get to work in the career. And I've been blessed throughout my career at different stations to work on news, to anchor the news, work on documentaries and projects. I covered the Atlanta missing and murdered children's cases, and little black boys were being killed every weekend. That was something else. And so you live with that for a year plus, because then you have the trial and so on and so forth. So that's always there with me. The crisis throughout that city government in the nation's capital, the Gulf War, Nelson Mandela's visit. Very blessed to go back home then in '94, preparing for the Olympics, the jubilee of the Olympics and the tragedy of the Olympics as well. But, you know, Atlanta's like the phoenix, we rise.
And as we look at her accomplishments professionally, we see every indication that we're not the only lives she's touched.
Angela is a storyteller. She knows how to draw people in. She knows how to engage people and knows how to really connect with people. And I think that's what people really like.
She has the insight and the instincts of the community and what the community needs to understand and the issues that are facing the community.
Yes, you get excited when you interview or if you're in a room with those names that we all know. But let me tell you, the stories that change your life are the stories of the names and the people and places and spaces nobody even cares to go to.
She was the one who believed in the stories that needed to be told. The individuals, the groups that had something to say but had no voice, it was her responsibility as a journalist to tell those stories.
Angela has a uniqueness about her journalistic pursuit that it's a mission for her. I think it's a calling for her.
For the past 16 years, I have been host and executive producer of a news and public affairs show in Atlanta, Georgia, that airs on the PBS station there. We do a variety of topics. I have complete editorial control, which is wonderful. We've done from health to hip hop, anything that can affect the African American experience, and of course we do a lot in ATL.
Because Angela has her finger on the pulse of everything that is Atlanta. She is Atlanta.
The show has been a success because there's nothing like it. And for her to have the institutional knowledge of the city to bring to bear on the issues is just incredible. So it's very unique because she is very unique.
Growing up, to be very honest with you, I never thought I would be a television. Never. Never crossed my mind. This counselor in high school said, no, we need to look at journalism, and I tell you what. There's a school called Syracuse University, and I'm like, oh, I know about Syracuse. Jim Brown, 44, Floyd Lewis, Dave Bean, blah, blah, blah. Oh yeah, we can go there. I said, oh yeah, we can go there. She said, you can go there and enjoy all of that, but let's talk about communications. This is great. She said, you go to a high school named Henry Grady High School, a journalist. Our yearbook was an orator. She said, it's right here before you. Well, I got a taste of Syracuse. All this magic up here. I said, well, now you know I gotta come now. When we walked in the doors of Newhouse, I wanted to touch everything, explore everything, and I knew if I could get a piece of this, get some of that, connect with this, go there, do this, then it would set me on the right path, on the right course. Yes, I would have an excellent degree. Yes, I was determined to work hard in the industry, but let me tell you, the friendships, the sisters and brothers that I met day one coming into the school, that is really what was special. When I left Syracuse University, I was like, I'm done. A lot of African Americans felt that way. Got a call one day, like it was this morning, standing in my kitchen from Robert Hill. I need for you all to come back to Syracuse. I said, Robert, you out of your mind. He said, no. It's not about that. It's about these young kids here. They need you. And we're gonna establish the Coming Back Together program. And I said, well, if I call myself a believer, and if I'm true to my word, I've got to realize it's really not about all of that. It's about them.
Angela's been extremely important to our coming back together reunions. She was co-chair of CBT 6. She's also served as a panelist and a moderator for all of our reunions.
And it has been a fantastic experience. But the great thing about it is the connection to the students on campus. They need to see that somebody that looks like them, or possibly in a field that they want to be in, you can do it.
Angela Robinson is one of the most enthusiastic and dedicated people, in particular to the students. She loves the students.
Angela established the endowed scholarship at the Newhouse School, and what it does is help future generations of talented African American Latino students get an education.
Being an Angela Robinson scholarship recipient is amazing. She's a woman that has done so much already, and I look up to that. You look up to people like that, so I hope that one day I'll be able to be that sort of role model for someone else.
You do what you have to do, and you hope that maybe your time and your talent might help someone else. And if you call that being a role model, then fine, then so be it. So be it.